YouTubers, what is going on? It is your boy, Dalyxman, here with a preview for WrestleMania 28. And I'm joined by a member of the Horsemen, the Iron Man, John.
What's going on, guys? I am ready to kill this. WrestleMania 28 has the potential to be legendary, so who better to dissect it than two legendary commentators?
I am really excited about this show, John. I think this WrestleMania has the potential to be one of the best ones out there. And you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to throw all my cards on the table. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. If I'm right, even better. I think WrestleMania 28 has the potential to be just as good as WrestleMania 19. What do you think about that?
Alex, we often use the term stacked to really describe a pay-per-view that really looks pleasing to the eyes and is definitely something amazing on paper. I feel like stacked, that term doesn't do this pay-per-view justice.
Exactly.
When I use the term legendary, I feel like we hit it a lot closer to home. This card is something else. We talk about 17, 19, 18 gets thrown in there something because of Rock Hogan, but this WrestleMania, from top to bottom, has the potential to really be something extraordinary and something that'll be talked about for years to come.
We have two once-in-a-lifetime matches that we will hardly ever get to see again. Well, depending on how well the future goes. But honestly, guys, if every match is good and delivers, I think this pay-per-view is going to be one of the best WrestleManias out there. But hey, guys, let's just go ahead and get into the card. Let's start off with the Divas match. The Divas match is the tag team match involving Maria. I can't pronounce her fucking name. It's Kelly and Maria
Menounos.
Menounos, thank you. Versus Beth Phoenix and Eve Torres. Now, the reason why I'm starting off with this match is because, let's be honest, guys, this match is being thrown under the bus because, hell, it's the Divas. What else can we expect? Anytime the Divas are involved, WWE just seems to throw them under the bus. But I will say this about the Divas match. It could have been Beth Phoenix versus Natalya. It could have been whatever match. It could have been Kelly versus Eve. It doesn't matter to me. The Divas match, no matter how well they booked it, it was going to be overlooked. But they were smart enough to decide, we're going to put the celebrities in the Divas match. So that will at least give it some kind of recognition on this card.
For anybody saying this is going to be a bad match, I humbly disagree. I don't think this match is going to be bad. I just think it's going to be forgettable. When you look at everything else in this card, there's no way that the Divas can really stand out. Now, I think it's a shame, Alyx, that our Divas champion, who really is a dominant champion, is almost a footnote on this WrestleMania card. I was really hoping that she'd have some big title defense, either against Natalya or going purely fantasy, which I really wanted to see, a triple threat between her, Tamina, and Natalya, which to me would have been amazing. But that being said, I really don't think this match is going to do any harm. I definitely see, of course, Kelly and Menounos getting the win. But, let's just be grateful that Menounos has been in a WWE ring before, and she actually is a genuine fan of the product, and they're not pulling a Snooki with this. I'm just counting my blessings as far as this match is concerned.
Exactly, dude. And, again, like John just said, at least we have Divas that can actually wrestle somewhat. Evie's a good wrestler. She's decent. Kelly is decent. Beth Phoenix is good. And like you said, Maria is no stranger to what happens inside that ring, so at least the match won't be terrible. It's still going to serve a purpose on the card, so there goes the Divas match. I think we can move on from that. Let's go on to the next match. The next match I have here is Team Laurinaitis versus Team Teddy Long. Winner becomes GM of both shows. On Team Laurinaitis, we have David Otunga, who is the team captain, with Mark Henry, Dolph Ziggler, and I believe Jack Swagger, and Christian. We have yet to hear the last participant on his team. We'll get to that in a second. On Team Teddy Long, we have Zack Ryder, R-Truth, Santino Marella, who is the team captain, Kofi Kingston, and the Great Khali. Oh, God. Well, based off of the people we have right now, I'm still kind of excited for this match. I think it would be a good match if it's given enough time.
I like the complexity of it. I'm not even a fan of, guys like Khali, and clearly I'm not big on Santino, but I recognize how fully over he is. I am a fan of Otunga, but I'm not going to do any trolling here. I'm taking this very seriously. This is a preview for WrestleMania. My thing is, Alyx, it's very diverse with the kind of characters you have here, and it's so weird because the implications are so huge. Like, you're talking about the winner gets to run both shows, and yet who is one of the main components of such implications? Santino Marella and David Otunga. Now, on paper, when you look at the implications, you'd be thinking, okay, Undertaker's going to be on one team, Triple H's going to be on one team, John Cena's going to be on one team, but this match really doesn't have the greatest of star power and yet the gravest of circumstances, which I find so interesting. Now, I know my boy Preston is really looking forward to this match because he's hoping that Ray can fill the final spot on Team Long and Del Rio the final spot on Team Laurinaitis.
Oh.
Here's my thing, and me and Preston have talked about this. I do see Del Rio being on Team Laurinaitis, but I don't really see Ray making it in time for Team Long. And we have said, both me and him, if that's the case, we would just prefer that Ray sit out. Because, we want him to do something big at Mania, and we want him to have his own thing and have the spotlight on him. So, it's going to be interesting. Now, if Ray does make it, oh my god, the markup is going to be insane, as well as any other self-respecting Rey Mysterio fan. But I definitely see Del Rio being the final guy on Team Laurinaitis. Long is very much up in the air. I don't know who they're going to counter Del Rio with. By all logic, it should be Ray, but we don't know. If it's Ezekiel Jackson, again, that just shows you, Alex, the star power really isn't coming out for this match, but understand me when I say that doesn't mean that this is going to be a bad match. I'm going to be on the edge of my seat simply to see who's going to run both shows. So they've got a great story. I'm just saying how deep it is and how much is at stake. You'd think they'd be pulling out all the guns, and seeing what they do pull out, it just kind of leaves you scratching your head. I mean, what do you think about that?
I think the story, the build.
Sorry.
No, guys, but I think the storyline between John Laurinaitis and Teddy Long is actually pretty well done. I like how Teddy Long is playing off as, like, the innocent GM who's doing things the right way, and John Laurinaitis is like that political GM that's doing things for the hell of it. Even the way he walks out is like some kind of a guy that's running for president, you know what I'm saying? Or just an average congressman, you know what I'm saying? The way he just walks.
That cocky strut of importance, that air of entitlement and power. He just kind of walk off and he's like, I'm important, audience. Boo me, react to me.
Exactly. He's like a walking politician, and that's fucking awesome. I think that makes for a great heel when it comes to Laurinaitis. And I think it's actually making Teddy Long look like a strong babyface, which is what he's been missing for a long ass time. You know what I'm saying? So, I like the storyline between them, and I like the wrestlers in the match. Now, getting into Rey Mysterio and Alberto Del Rio, I'm gonna side with Preston on this one. I hope Rey Mysterio is in this match. I would love for Rey Mysterio to be involved with Alberto Del Rio, because I think he would add the necessary star power for this match to actually mean something.
Definitely, Alex. Definitely. These two guys can really elevate the status of the tag match. I'm not saying I don't want it to happen, by all means. I mean, I love Preston to death, and I control him a lot, but I'm not that much of a dick. What I'm saying is I don't know if Rey is at a point where he can compete. I haven't heard an update from him in a while. I wish somebody knew where he was with his health. Because, if he's in a good place, by all means, hit that music and let him come out. But if he's not, and Preston has said this as well, I would not want Ray hurrying back for a paycheck where his health could be compromised. Same thing with Del Rio. I've heard he's still kind of a little shaky yet. So we'll see what happens. But if those two get involved, the star power of this tag match gets elevated completely. And what would make this match perfect is if Laurinaitis would pull out his iron lung and we'd see Otunga use that as a foreign object. That would make this the greatest WrestleMania match ever. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, guys, and I'll say it like this. I am at least happy that the people who are in this match are on the WrestleMania card. I am extremely happy that Dolph Ziggler, Kofi Kingston, R-Truth, and Zack Ryder, and others too, are getting a chance to shine in WrestleMania. Now let's hope that they get time inside that ring to display what they can do. Because again, this is going to be a highly watched, I guarantee you, this will be a highly watched WrestleMania. These guys need to be displayed to make not just WWE look good, but to make themselves look good and to get some credibility behind their name. So, who do you think should win this one, John? To me, if I had to pick somebody, let's go with Laurinaitis. I think John Laurinaitis would be a good person to win, and I think Teddy Long has kind of served his time because he's been GM for a long-ass time. I think Laurinaitis should win this one. Who do you think, John?
Definitely. I mean, look, I love the Long TV character, and I would hate to see it, like, right off into the sunset. I mean, I would prefer it get relegated to some other kind of role. But, it's Laurinaitis, and it adds more depth. Like, what is going to happen to this roster now that such a vile, disgusting, slimy human being is in control? But the question I posed to you, Alex, and it was something I was thinking about, how do you personally feel that this is not an elimination tag style match and its first pinfall gets the win? Because from what I understand, this is not an elimination style match. Do you think that's good? Do you think that's bad? What are you thinking?
See, John, I was actually hoping they would make that stipulation elimination tag match by the time they announced it all, but if we go into WrestleMania and it's not an elimination tag match, I think it's going to hurt the match. I think it's stupid, for one thing. You have all these men inside that ring, and to have the match end by one pinfall, why? It just spells clusterfuck to me. Because again, dude, we're going to have to let each one of these get some time in the spotlight. I don't like it. But I'm going to wait and see what happens. Maybe they'll change it at the last minute and make it an elimination match. Hopefully they will. If it's a one pinfall victory match, I'll see how it goes. But again, dude, I don't like it. I wish it was. Hopefully it will be an elimination match.
I could see it happening, like Laurinaitis maybe having less confidence in his team, and he could say, okay, let me just kind of stretch this out, make it elimination style, and I just think it's so odd. Again, we know Santino is insanely over with the crowds. I can understand him being a captain, but Otunga being a captain, I think it only makes sense because of the affiliation he has with Laurinaitis. It's just so weird to say that in such a big tag match, Santino and Otunga, David Otunga, are captaining teams. I mean, no doubt, again, I'm a fan of Otunga, and again, Santino, I've buried the hatchet with. But it's just weird to say, you know what I'm saying?
We'll have to see what happens in that match, but I think we said all we need to say about that match.
Definitely.
Let's get on to the next match, the WWE IC Championship, with Cody Rhodes versus The Big Show. I think this match should open up the show. Definitely,
and let me just say, Alex, real quick before I hand the floor back to you, how elated I am that the Intercontinental Championship has found its way back to WrestleMania. Now, I know a lot of people say, well, 25, JBL, Rey Mysterio. Now, it did launch a great IC title reign for Rey, but I'm expecting this to actually be the average, length, an average length match, which is great, because to me, that's the true return of the Intercontinental Championship to WrestleMania. I would be horrified if it was. Spear, knockout punch, Big Show, new IC champion. I really think this match should be dragged down for as long as it should be. I'm not asking for a 20-minute classic, clearly, but just enough where the Intercontinental Championship had finally found its place on the biggest stage of all. What do you think about that, Alex?
Yeah, they are building it up as if, Big Show could finally get his WrestleMania moment. It's Cody Rhodes. First, let me tell you this about Cody Rhodes. I can't tell you how much progress this boy has made in 2 years' time. From that feud he had with Rey Mysterio, Cody Rhodes just kept on getting better and better and better and better and better. He's still getting better. This boy is improving week after week. We see it happening in this feud with Big Show. I think Cody Rhodes is probably the only reason why this feud with Big Show, to me, is actually gaining some ground, because he was the one that made it known to the world that Big Show is the anti-Taker. Most of his matches at WrestleMania have been flukes. I don't think he's actually had a win at Mania. I don't think so.
When he has, it's been in tag team format. I don't think he's had a one-on-one victory at Mania, from what I understand.
So pretty much if he has, nobody remembers it. Most of the matches he had, people remember him losing to Floyd Mayweather, some sumo wrestler. He wasn't even on a Mania for a while, and it was ridiculous. And Cody Rhodes has been playing off of that and really bringing some heat behind this feud, and I love it. I think Cody Rhodes has been making this feud, and Big Show too, both of them have been making this feud good, but I think the leading catalyst is Cody Rhodes, and I have to give that to him. Now, going back to this match being just a spear, knockout punch, victory, it can't end that way. That would be a disgrace. This IC championship has not been fought for at Mania for years. Why would you want to have his first match back in, 2 years, a squash match? Why not just have a legit match between Big Show and Cody Rhodes?
Exactly.
And see, dude, they could actually have a good match. Big Show has been working amazingly inside that ring, and Cody Rhodes as well. Why not just take the time? You have 4 hours. You have 7 matches. Give these guys at least 10 minutes. I would say give them 20, but that's too much to ask for. Give them at least 10 minutes. They will give you a show. I am telling you.
My thing is, I want to see Cody have that moment. Now, he certainly had a moment last year against Rey Mysterio. I'm not saying that, but he is a champion this year. Go in and own it like only you can. And I'm loving the build this match is getting. And I'll tell you what else I love about Cody Rhodes. He hasn't completely just buried the Big Show underneath all this rubble like, I'm dominant and you suck. He did one WWE.com exclusive, and this one line he said, and he's just so brilliant. He says, any other day of the year, the other 364 days of the year, I'd be terrified of the Big Show. I know what he is. But facing him at WrestleMania, I'm elated. And that's
wow.
it. Yes.
I remember that too, because he pretty much said, every other day of the year, you are a monster. But on this day, you're a con artist. You're a joke. Because when it matters, Big Show, you can't get it done. Props to Cody Rhodes on that one, man. For real. For real.
This match is going to be something, Alex. I'm telling you, I'm going to pay close attention to this match because, again, Cody has gotten into not just my Fave 5, he is my current fave as far as an active wrestler on the WWE roster is concerned. And to think that when he first came in, I just laughed at him and he was the butt of my jokes. I cannot tell you how hard it was chewing that crow and making it go down. But now that it has, I mean, we're looking at the future, and the future is Cody Rhodes. And Big Show, here's my thing. I owe him an apology, too. I remember I did a commentary when he came back, and I was ranting my damn head off. Like, why is he getting world title matches? Why he's so irrelevant? Blah, 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 blah. He has busted his ass, and he has been such a tremendous worker, and he has a connection with the crowd. That's the thing we can't ignore either, Alex. Cody Rhodes is going up against a legitimate babyface in the Big Show. This is not just some one-off thing to give Cody something to do. Big Show gets a reaction. He has a connection. He's been doing great things. He looks fierce. He's killing bitches. I'm like, what the hell is this? And what I wanted, and I know everybody else is going to be like, no way that's going to happen, but just hear me out. What a moment it would be for Cody Rhodes, Alex, if at one point, say like he's really working over a body part of the Big Show, right? Let's just say for all intents and purposes his leg. At one point, Big Show does nail the knockout punch, but it's delayed because his leg is hurt. He makes the delayed cover, and Cody gets his foot underneath the rope, technically kicking out of the knockout punch. And Big Show couldn't believe it because he's beaten so many men with that punch who are like twice Cody's size. And for Cody to have the ring awareness to get his foot underneath the rope and to say, you didn't win, then Big Show's like, what am I going to do? Cody capitalizes beautiful disaster, maybe even hooks in a crossroads and retains the championship.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah, that would be awesome. That would be a good way to put over Cody Rhodes. You're goddamn right. Because we always said that one of the best legitimizers in the wrestling business, hell, we said in our top 50 video, it's the Big Show. If you beat the Big Show, hell, lifting up the Big Show legitimizes you. But if you pin him, especially at WrestleMania, that is pretty much a gift card towards the main event.
Absolutely. I mean, really, to think that we could have been talking about Cody Rhodes versus Goldust. Thank you, Big Show. Thank you so much. I am so happy. So happy. This is the match that the Intercontinental Championship deserves. You've got a guy in Big Show who's had really a tremendous year for the most part. He's feuded for the world title, had a program with Mark Henry, had a great David versus Goliath program with Daniel Bryan. I mean, Big Show's had a tremendous year. Cody also has. Now they're on a collision course. The IC title, the centerpiece. I really don't have anything negative to say about this match, Alex, and the idea that they get a little sliver of TV time each week to really make something work, especially this week. Really, I'm just so happy that WWE is taking a chance on these guys to actually build something. And more importantly, it's not just about the Intercontinental title, it's about Big Show finally getting that WrestleMania moment, which is always a nice garnish on the plate. So
we can go on forever about this match. We're going to move on to the next match in the card. By the way, let's go on and do predictions. Who do you think is going to win this match, John?
Cody Rhodes, definitely. And if he doesn't, I just know.
Big Show, at his age, at his point in his career, he doesn't need to be touching any single championship. Maybe tag team, but IC, no. Cody Rhodes needs this win. He needs this win. So I say he needs to win this match. And I want to see how he beats the Big Show. It'd be interesting to see how he beats the Giant.
I'm thinking a beautiful disaster kick to the skull, because that's how he beat Khali. I would like to see him also follow up on it with a crossroads. I think that would be sick, but we'll see what happens.
Okay, let's go ahead and move on, guys, to the next match. Randy Orton versus Kane. Now, this match is interesting. I want to say this really quick before I get into this. When I first heard about this match and why it got started, and this is a prime reason why you shouldn't read spoilers, because I did this and it almost ruined the match for me. I read this match happening off of a spoiler off of NoDQ.com. I read the story, and I heard that they was using the match where, Randy Orton beat Kane, and Kane shook his hand. And I'm thinking, you're going to use that match to build off of this feud? Because that doesn't make any sense. He shook his hand. But then I watched the show. I was kind of going in there going, okay, that's a dumb reason to really have a match again. But then I watched the show, and then Kane came out and cut a promo using the video. And what Kane said is what I felt really made this match. Kane pretty much said, I hate that moment because you humbled me so much. You beat me down so much, Randy Orton, that you made me shake your hand. And it's because of that, I have to beat your ass at WrestleMania. And I thought to myself, you know what? That is why Kane is one of the best promos in WWE. That is a good premise to have a match off of.
This segment was phenomenal, and I cannot wait for this match. I'm actually glad that these guys are not a part of the Team Long versus Team Laurinaitis storyline. Don't get me wrong, it definitely would have upped the star power, and it would have really been something, but I'm very happy that these guys are getting their own match going into WrestleMania. This segment I thought was very well done. You have Randy Orton just wanting to know why, and I like how he makes the distinction. I am not John Cena. I embrace the hate. Hate embraces me. So, what is this about Kane? Kane shows the video clip, and I thought it was a good clip to use because I had honestly forgot about that moment, so it's like, oh, now it's making sense. Because to me, what I would have loved, even though I know it would have never happened because I know how WWE is with their history, I would have loved for them to go back to when Kane faced Triple H, the mask versus title match, because Orton screwed Kane, low blow, his very first RKO, bam. But this is even better, because it's talking about, Kane is trying to go back to his monster roots. He doesn't want to have a human side anymore. He's trying to kill that side off, and he realizes the only way to do that is to just utterly destroy and decimate Randy Orton at the grandest stage of them all. So I think it's got a very solid premise going into it, Alex.
And the match itself should be really good. I think Randy Orton, when it comes to wrestling inside that ring, yes, Randy Orton is one of the best. Even Bret Hart can give a testament to that, you know what I'm saying. And Kane ain't no slouch himself. A guy that big, doing what he does, I think this match is going to be a pretty good damn match. I think it's going to be one hell of a brawl, and I think Kane and Randy Orton are going to tear it up inside that ring. I'm looking forward to it as well. Predictions. Let me see. I want to see Kane win this match. I think it'd be a little interesting twist. I would like to see how that would work out. So, my pick to win this match is Kane. Just to liven things up. And, to see Kane get his revenge. And, put some sympathy behind Randy Orton as well. What you got to say about that, John?
Well, Kane definitely needs to go over here, and I only say that because this feud is still in its infancy. And, we always talk about a strong antagonist. And how much stronger do you look than winning at WrestleMania? Not to mention, Alex, I always look at the Extreme Rules pay-per-view just as I used to look at Backlash as the WrestleMania Revenge pay-per-view. So, Kane beats Orton here, and then they have some kind of stipulation, or maybe it's just another one-on-one match, but I always feel like every match kind of has its own weird stipulation. But regardless, Orton gets the revenge at Extreme Rules. And then I think that's when the program will end. I still expect Kane to feud with Punk over the summer, so I don't really see this feud lasting too long. But that's another story for another day. So Kane to definitely go over here.
I think we said all we need to say about this match. It should be good. So, okay, let's move on to the World Heavyweight Championship match involving my boy. Yes! Yes!
Yes!
Yes!
Yes!
Yes!
Yes!
Let's hear it!
Yes.
World Heavyweight Champion Daniel Bryan versus the Royal Rumble winner, Sheamus. I could sit here and go on a rant for minutes about why I felt this match is being overlooked and how it's not getting enough build. But I'm not going to do that. Not enough build! It's going to have build! No. But I'm not going to do that, guys. I'm extremely happy for a lot of reasons. My number one reason why I'm happy is because last year, Daniel Bryan and Sheamus was kicked off of WrestleMania 27. And to see that match now being on the card for the World Heavyweight Championship to me is amazing. I think that's cool. And the fact that my favorite wrestler, Daniel Bryan, is going in as World Champion. And Sheamus too. And these two are having a match at WrestleMania to me. I'm just excited for it. I just want to see these guys just go in there and just wreck shop, have a good match, have a great match. And then show everybody what it's like to be legit wrestlers inside that ring.
The thing is with this match is that it's quite honestly the most underrated match on the WrestleMania card, in my opinion. Which, I'm not saying is a bad thing. Honestly, sometimes being underrated is a blessing in disguise, because you have more to prove. More to prove makes you hungrier. But, you're talking about your Royal Rumble winner. This is what he's entitled to, a championship match at WrestleMania. And I feel like, when I look at the mic work and I look at these two confronting each other, just Daniel Bryan's outshining him right now. I mean, Sheamus is on a roll. He's dominating. He's destroying bitches left and right. But when it comes to these two, when it's isolated between these two, it just seems like Daniel Bryan always gets the better of it. Now, what I'm expecting between these two at Mania is a clinic, Alex.
Oh, yeah.
I am expecting a clinic. You've got two great styles here. You've got the Brawler, who I think, when he has to, can pull out some technical finesse if needed. I mean, Sheamus is a very agile big man, and he's very talented. Daniel Bryan, what I love about Daniel Bryan, and I'm sure you'll love me singing his praises here, is that...
you have no idea. Keep going.
He's such a small guy, but he's vicious. Like, I'm telling you, this is what I think a heel Rey Mysterio would be like. We always talk about the small guys, and always like, oh, what heart these small guys have. Daniel Bryan would look at you and be like, bitch, please, I'll stomp your heart out of your chest.
I'll bite your fucking head off if you fuck with me. Hell yeah.
Exactly. It's just, it's mind-blowing to me that, you know, Daniel Bryan comes out, he's this man of this small stature, but rather than, you know, the adages coming out, oh, it's not the size of the dog in the fight, but the size of the fight in the dog. No, Daniel Bryan just goes out there and he does it. Like, I don't need your pity. I don't need your sympathy votes. Even when Michael Cole endorsed him, Daniel Bryan still sticks it to him. Like, when Michael Cole called him champ at one point, Daniel Bryan's like, oh, so it's champ now? Like, it's just, you know, I'm really loving his work as world champion. I think you have to look at a lot of variables, Alex. Even kind of looking at a variable that's far away from this match. Christian, I said that what makes me fear that Sheamus is going to walk out with the world title is because Christian was promised a world title match by John Laurinaitis for joining his team, which makes me think that Christian is going to be one of Sheamus' first world title feuds. However, I would love to see Daniel Bryan retain at Mania. I just feel like, what a moment, coming from the guy who won NXT Season 1, said it was his dream to main event it, would go after all this time to winning it. I just feel like it would be insane.
And for me, John, I can't just talk about NXT. I have to talk about his entire career. This is the same guy that gave up meat, who became a vegan because his body was breaking down so he can live his dream inside the WWE. What a moment for him to go to WrestleMania and retain his championship. The fact that he's going into WrestleMania as world champion is amazing within itself. But for him to go in as world champion and walk out, holy shit. That's amazing, man. But let me say this. To me, it doesn't matter who wins. I'm just looking forward to the match. I'm looking forward to the match itself. I think the match is what I'm mostly looking forward to. But if you had to put a gun to my head and make me choose, the problem with Sheamus is, I don't think he's struggling. Yes, he's the Royal Rumble winner, but it feels like he's getting hand-fed. He's just getting, driven his way to the mountaintop. He's not really climbing. I don't feel like Sheamus is climbing. I see him more, being flown to the top. You know what I'm saying, John? I don't see the struggle. I'm not getting a sense of struggle from Sheamus.
Well, what did we talk about with the struggle, Alex? To me, a struggle isn't overcoming hurdle after hurdle after hurdle. A struggle is when you're in a barren wasteland. You haven't eaten or drank anything. It's a plate of food right there. You don't know if it's mirage. You don't know if it's real. Your tongue, the tip of it, touches that food for a second, and then it disappears before your eyes. Nothing but sand left in your mouth to spit back up. That is struggle.
That is struggle. Well said, John. That was fucking amazing.
And here's what I told you about how I would book Sheamus. To me, Sheamus would be the reverse Dolph Ziggler. Me and Ashton talk about Dolph Ziggler all the time. He would lose a lot on TV, but he would always win when it counted. This was especially true in his United States Championship reign. For Sheamus, he could win constantly on TV, but then when it comes to that one big match moment, by ambiguous means, comes up short. And I do see, though, Alex, to really, look at it from that perspective, taking off the rose-tinted glasses, because, the Daniel Bryan bug bites deep. I Dan troll all the time now. I'm even contemplating how I'm going to do it to my own family soon enough. But I do see Sheamus getting the title at Extreme Rules. Absolutely. I really feel like, which I'm happy for Sheamus and he deserves it, and he has the potential to be a draw. We cannot really turn a blind eye to Sheamus' potential.
Oh, no.
But I feel like it would be insane if Daniel Bryan retained at both pay-per-views, because how many champions can say that they've hung on to the gold, post-WrestleMania? We saw at 24, Randy Orton retained at Mania, lost at Backlash. The only guy I can really remember doing it right now, anyway, Batista did it at 21, Benoit did it at 20, but the recent slew of champions really don't seem to hang on after Mania if they're going in as champions. So I think it would be cool for Daniel Bryan to kind of do that, and then they're just like, whoa, when is he going to lose this thing? But Sheamus' time is definitely going to come into Extreme Rules, no doubt.
Yeah, Sheamus is getting the World Championship. Don't fool yourselves on that. Just because he might not get it at Mania, he is getting that championship. And to the people saying, well, he won the Royal Rumble, so he must win the championship at Mania, that's not always the case. I feel like the Royal Rumble was simply made to give you the opportunity. Now, to get the opportunity, that within itself is great. But again, like I said, guys, If Sheamus wins, awesome. Daniel Bryan wins, awesome. I just look forward to them putting on a clinic. And I think these two, being the underrated match on the card, is going to surprise.
Guys, tear the house down. I am very much looking forward to this match, and I'm very proud to be able to see this match, because when I look at this match, and my final word on it, this is a glimpse into the future, and the future feels great.
Fuck yeah. Show WWE what they missed last year for kicking you guys off of the card. I'm going to say it like that, and then move on to the next match. The next match on my list is the WWE Championship match, to determine who truly is the best in the world. CM Punk, the Cult of Personality, versus Y2J, Chris Jericho. Come on, baby!
Sorry, I'm glad you Jericho trolled, because I'm not really feeling the Jericho trolling just yet. I feel like we can give that just a little bit of time. But this is actually, I'm going to tell you how big this match is to me. Hell in a Cell for weeks was the number one match that I was looking forward to most. But a combination of the promos that Punk and Jericho cut on each other, plus Shawn Michaels being the special guest referee for the Cell match, has completely reversed the order. Hell in a Cell is now the number 2 match in my book. Punk and Jericho is number 1. This is going to be a masterpiece of technical wrestling.
I gotta say it like this, I joke about build, but when it comes to building this match has been tremendous. I love how it started off with CM Punk, not even giving Chris Jericho a hint of a chance. He's just like, oh, it's Chris Jericho. Gives a shit. And Jericho was getting frustrated that he couldn't get the Punk, but then that night on Raw, he just came out and said that thing about his father, and you saw how Punk reacted. You saw how he sold it. It felt like his heart just sunk. And Chris Jericho made that statement. He attacked his straight edge being. He questioned his convictions. You know what I'm saying? He told him, you're not really straight edge. It's a facade. It's not really you. You hide behind tattoos. You hide behind this facade when you're just like your drunken father. You're just like your family. All these people who turn to drugs, you're just like them. When I beat you at WrestleMania, I'm going to turn you into the one thing that you hate the most. That's deep. When Chris Jericho did that, I called that the best heel promo in 2012 thus far.
Jericho is the man. There is no doubt about that. No doubt about that at all. He is just something to marvel at in our industry, because Jericho brings out the best in his opponents, and I feel like he has forced Punk to take it to a new level. Alex, I want to take you back to a conversation you and I had. It was, a little while after the promo that Jericho cut on Punk and his father. And what did you tell me, Alex? You said that Punk has the potential to have a moment, but it all depends on how he responds. And I think, thanks to Jericho, there is fire in the belly of Punk. And for the first time, I actually fear CM Punk. See, here's the thing. I often think of a Dean Ambrose promo in FCW, and maybe my good friend Ashton can help me out here. He said, I'm not 7 feet tall, I'm not 500 pounds, but that's exactly what makes me a monster. No, wait, quote, I'm not 6'10", I'm not 300 pounds, but that's exactly what makes me a monster. But with this anger in CM Punk, he's not 6'10" either. He's not 300 pounds. But what Jericho has done is he has assumed the role of Dr. Frankenstein, and he has created a monster. And Chris, may God have mercy on your soul, because CM Punk sure as hell won't.
This is why I love this feud. I thank both Chris Jericho and CM Punk for doing this. Thank you, Chris Jericho, for being an antagonist. Get that. I said antagonist, not just a heel. Because you can be a heel and not be an antagonist. Edge said in an interview some time ago, there are too many people here in the WWE who try too hard to be badasses. Who try too hard to be loved and respected by everybody. Not really doing what their title says they should do. Get people to despise you. Gain heat. Chris Jericho has done just that. And I think because of Chris Jericho attacking CM Punk and his father and his family, he even attacked his fucking sister, for Christ's sake. And getting sympathy. Drawing sympathy for CM Punk, making him look stronger as a babyface and making him look like a douchebag, he's serving his purpose. It's making this match even more exciting. I hear people saying that this match has the potential to be the show stealer. Honestly, John, I agree with them. I think this match is the dark horse. This match has the potential to be the best match on the card. And I think if Chris Jericho and CM Punk go all out in this match, we could be seeing a classic. We could be getting a moment with both of them.
It's moments such as these that make me so proud to be cut from the cloth of professional wrestling. I look at these two men, and what I see is just the very embodiment of everything I stand for as a wrestling fan. Matches like these just make me look back and say, thank you. Thank you for allowing me to be a fan of such an amazing product. And what I love about this is that WWE Championship is going to come out smelling like roses, because this whole argument is who is the best in the world. The WWE Championship serves as the physical manifestation of that question. And regardless of who wins, we know that the real winner here is the WWE title, as it should be on its stage, WrestleMania.
And John, let me just go back to what you just said a while ago, because you said you actually believe CM Punk could lose the championship at WrestleMania. Because for too long, we've had John Cena as world champion. And one of my main complaints about John Cena being world champion, every time he would defend that belt, I always come with the conclusion that he's going to win. He's going to win. He's going to win. There was no magic. It took away the magic from me because it was predictable. I already knew in my mind that he was not going to walk out as champion. With CM Punk, that magic remains because you know that he could lose that championship. And when you have that, it's more realistic and you get behind it. That's what makes CM Punk an even better champion to me than John Cena, honestly. That's just my opinion. But because of that, it makes this feud much more easier to invest yourself into. I love the fact that CM Punk and Chris Jericho have managed to keep it even and more competitive. Keep that competitive nature behind it. And it's going to make this match amazing. I can't wait for it, John. I seriously can't wait.
This is wrestling. This match is the very personification, for me, of what professional wrestling is. And I have said that I fear that Jericho is going to walk out with the title because Punk is going to be emotionally vulnerable, and Jericho, being an opportunist in his own right, is going to capitalize. Let's wait and see what happens. I ultimately think that Punk is going to retain, but don't be surprised if Jericho walks out with the title, which would stink for the WWE Championship, because, you know, if Jericho really is leaving in May, he would most likely drop it to Punk after a month at Extreme Rules, which doesn't really do anybody any good. CM Punk, hear me, CM Punk needs this win. Needs this win. What do you think, Alex?
Honestly, John, I'm like the World Heavyweight Championship. Either one of them can walk out, and I would be happy. Because if Chris Jericho wins, it just extends the story even more. And that just means 2 more months of awesomeness between Chris Jericho and CM Punk. But if CM Punk retains, awesome. He gets his WrestleMania moment. We win either way, John. We win either way.
Oh, yes, we do. Yes, we do.
We can go on forever about this match. We have to move on, guys. Let's go on to the match that we consider to be the end of an era. Taker, the Undertaker, versus Triple H in a Hell in a Cell match with special guest referee, the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels. Holy shit! On paper, that just sounds amazing. Where do I start off with this, man? This match is, like it said, it's the end of an era. The Undertaker's streak is on the line. Let me start off this way. I'm not gonna lie to you. When I first heard that Taker and Triple H were having a third match, I wasn't for it. I said, fuck that shit. I don't want to see it again. What can you possibly do to make me want to see this match a third time? And then they gave us this storyline about Taker needing to beat Triple H at WrestleMania because he refuses to be known as the guy who couldn't leave on his legs at WrestleMania 27. I thought, wow, that's pretty crazy. And then you know how Triple H was refusing to do it because he, being the egotistical bastard that he was, felt like if I face you, I'm going to end your streak. And I don't want to do that because that's bad for business. And then what broke the straw's back was the fact that Taker said Shawn Michaels is better than you. There is so many fucking layers and storylines tying into this match. To me, it's just mind-blowing. And because of that, I feel like this match is going to be a highlight of WrestleMania 28 for sure. Holy shit. But John, I gotta ask you this, man. I mean, a while ago, you felt like HBK's involvement was kind of hindering the match. You mind explaining that to the fans here for a second, man?
Yes, I thank you, Alex, for that, because I want everybody to understand, before I get castrated and crucified and in front of all the innocent people, that I have no problem with Shawn Michaels. I love Shawn Michaels. I am talking to a man who Shawn Michaels is his favorite wrestler of all time. Okay? I love HBK. But I feel like in this capacity, he serves as nothing more than a detractor in this match. Because I look at it, Alex, and he still has a chance to convince me. We have, I believe, one more week. If he does something to Triple H, if he says something to Triple H, or they say things to each other, or Shawn Michaels super kicks him, or whatever, I just want to see Shawn say, I'm not laying down for either one of you. Whatever happens. I'm just here to have the power that I think I deserve, or whatever the case may be. I just don't want him blatantly saying, I'm on the side of Triple H. This needs to be something that's settled between the two of them, and I'm okay with Shawn Michaels being a fixture as long as I know that he doesn't stand in any particular corner, because if I do have that feeling, then all the while I'm watching that match, all I'm going to be saying to myself is 20-0, 20-0, 20-0, and 20-0, and with how huge this match is, do not make me do that.
It's funny that you talk about that, John, but it's funny because, Shawn Michaels has a story to play when it comes to this match as well. Shawn Michaels seems to have this problem, letting things go. Letting go of the fact that he's Mr. WrestleMania and needing to have that spotlight, letting go of the fact that he has to be the guy to end Taker streak, that he couldn't do it, and now he's taking this moment to do that. And I think his involvement is actually helping this match very well, because it just adds more stories to the bunch. You know what I'm saying? We had Taker versus Triple H. That's a story. We had Taker versus Shawn Michaels. That's another story. We had Shawn Michaels versus Triple H. And more and more and more layers added to this. It's just becoming a masterpiece to me. And I honestly believe because of that, it is truly going to be the end of an era when this match comes to a head. You know what I'm saying, John?
I mean, Alex, if you really want to know my sentiments on the whole end of an era thing, you just have to look at the video I did dedicated to The Undertaker. It's a very emotional time for guys like me, because I grew up with these guys, man. I mean, these guys were my Hulk Hogan's and Randy Savages and just, all of them. Those were the guys for me. And to see Undertaker and Triple H, come out and both say, this is it. This is the end. You think, oh my God, this is cataclysmic, and what are these two going to do to each other, and what are we going to witness? Because when that cell gets raised again, having consumed two souls to, survive, what will we have witnessed? Because I don't even know what I'm going to say. When we as the Horsemen talk about WrestleMania in the aftermath, when the dust clears, what are any of us going to have to say about this match? I mean, sure, Alex, we'll come on here. We'll say it was awesome. We'll highlight favorite moments. But at the core, the essence of what this match was, that it was the end, what is anybody going to have to say? Because I don't know if I will have anything to say. It's just going to be something where you just solemnly bow your head and you accept that it is the end.
But John, to steal a line from you, bro, I'm going to say it like this. If this truly is the end of an era, then I'm fine. I have faith in the new talent to carry this company when Taker and Triple H and Shawn Michaels call it a day. I honestly feel that way. That's just me. I don't know how you guys feel about that, those of you watching, but to me, if this is the end of the Attitude, I am proud of all three of them. They are my heroes when it comes to, me as a wrestling fan, and I will respect all three of them, especially when this match comes to a head. Now, coming back to the match, I see this match doing some things that we haven't seen in a while. Namely, having blood. Now, this is a topic that I think some of y'all may go, it's not going to happen. But I think because of what this match means, they might have blood in this match. And honestly, I think it's necessary. I think for a match of this caliber, I think blood is necessary. I'm not getting my hopes behind it. I'm not saying that it must have it. I'm just saying it would be necessary to see somebody have a bloodshed in this match.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, look, if this truly is the end of an era, and you're talking about two men who personified that era, then I think they need to bring with them everything that made that era great. Blood definitely being something. Now, I know people have also asked for fighting on the roof. If that happened, holy crap, I would certainly lose my shit. It would certainly be something that I would just be like, no way. Because when I think back to their match at 27, Big Show said it best. It was like Zeus and Hades fighting atop Mount Olympus. If they were to fight on top of the cell, you'd get that description. I mean, literally, it would come to life. It would be breathed into. You would see it take shape with such a sight. Regardless, blood, no blood, fighting on the rooftop, no fighting on the rooftop. You best believe that these men will leave everything of themselves, perhaps even a good portion of their very livelihood, so that when you leave the stands or you let your TV go to black, the first thing you say is, that was one of the greatest WrestleMania matches I have seen in a long time, if not all time.
This is how you build a Hell in a Cell match. This is the perfect example of how a Hell in a Cell match should be used. This is part of the reason why I hate the pay-per-view name Hell in a Cell, because it just uses the Hell in a Cell sparingly and puts no hype behind it. It makes it useless. When you use it in situations like this, it makes it all the more awesome. It makes it all the more significant.
No, absolutely. I mean, you were talking about a match that is just insane. A lot of people were tentative about Triple H Taker 3, but as we said in our four-way commentary, our Road to WrestleMania four-way, the way we saw this match was last man standing, Triple H being the corporate bad guy, whatever. I feel like what they've given us is a million times better.
Hell yeah.
Again, I'm still not feeling HBK as referee. I understand it. And honestly, here's the cool thing. They used Destiny, but unlike Del Rio, I think they actually used it properly. So I think that is kind of cool. At the same time, though, I'm just still hoping in the final week something is said or something is done that just lets you know, okay, he's just going to be Shawn Michaels. Not Shawn Michaels of D-Generation X. Not Shawn Michaels with some vendetta that he needs to put behind him. Just Shawn freaking Michaels.
But see, John, that within itself is a story. Is Shawn really going to call it down the middle, or is he going to be Shawn Michaels? Mr. Benedict Arnold, the guy that screwed people over, who has made a career out of screwing people over. Is he finally going to be able to overcome his pride and just call it down the middle, which is a story within itself? That just adds even more to the match to me.
I hope so, Alex, because I am one of those fans, and maybe it's just me being fickle and nitpicky, and no better than the internet marks I troll on a daily basis. Fix it! We need to fix it! Why is Shawn Michaels supposed to get for free?
But John, I get you. I get you, John, because like me, you want this match to be pure. And according to The Undertaker, you want this match to have a clean call. Because how fucked up would it be for you if Taker lost his streak because Shawn Michaels superkicked him? That would be kind of stupid. Or Taker retained his streak because of Shawn Michaels. It'd still be kind of, you still wouldn't be feeling that. You know what I'm saying? To me, I think what's going to happen is, this is just a test to see if Shawn could really be the guy who can let his career go. And I think that would be something amazing to see. Shawn Michaels, the guy who we consider Mr. Benedict Arnold, calling a match down the middle. Holy crap. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, Alex, let me just put it to you like this, and this is how I personally want to close. You know the WrestleMania commentary I did.
Yeah.
And one of the biggest statements I made, and I will keep saying it because it is the truth, this day is ours. We don't share it with baseball fans. We don't share it with football fans. It's not a Stanley Cup. It's not a World Series. It's not a Super Bowl. It doesn't need to be, because it is an entity unto itself. It is WrestleMania. Yeah. This match just captures those sentiments to a T. This match says that WrestleMania is our day, our moment, our time. It personifies everything that we stand for, everything that we love about this industry. It needs to be pure, because if it's not, me personally, as a consumer, I will feel like I was robbed of something. But that's just me. So that's how I wanted to end that there.
I think we can go ahead and go on. When it comes to the match itself, I think John and I can really agree on this one. Taker, 20-0. We look forward to seeing how that turns out. But, guys, let's go on to the match that everybody has been looking forward to for a year's time. 2 generations collide. John Cena versus The Rock. A once-in-a-lifetime match. I don't care what anybody says. I know people love Taker, Triple H, and Shawn Michaels. They love CM Punk and Chris Jericho. Whether people like it or not, this match needs to be the main event. This match is drawing the eyes. Okay? There are people coming over my house for WrestleMania. They're coming to see The Rock. They're not coming to see Chris Jericho, not CM Punk, not Taker, not Triple H. Some are, but most of them are coming to see The Rock take on John Cena. This match, I believe, could really be the catalyst that can help launch WWE into a new golden era if done correctly. These two, when it comes to John Cena and The Rock, when it matters, when the cards are down on the table, they both deliver. I think these two are going to put on a classic. This is going to be a great match. I know it's going to be a great match. To hype this feud over a year's time of what they've done has been amazing. I think it's been a really good built-up feud, and the match itself, when it blows off, it's going to be a match we will all remember for years to come. John?
There is a lot of pressure on this match, and I feel like this is really something that we haven't really talked about much, because we've just been talking about how it's two different generations colliding, and this and that and the other, which that's all true, and I will get to that. But I think it's worth noting that there is a lot of pressure on this match, because it doesn't have to follow anything after it. I mean, it just has to say, okay, all these matches came before us, so clearly on paper we've got to be better than these other matches. Can they do that? I mean, can they really do that? And I have faith that they can. I really have faith that they can. I just look at this, Alyx, and I think, here's the thing. When this match was first announced, I was like, okay, it's whatever. Then as it's progressed, I realized just how much this match means. Because at first when people said, oh, this is a torch passing match, in fact, when I did the Rock debate with Moose and LJ, I said at one point to counter one of his points, torch passing match, you're ridiculous. I mean, look at what Cena's done. Look at what he is. He is the face of the company in 2012. You know, what torch passing is going on here. Now I understand. Now I understand exactly why this is a torch passing match, because I think it isn't just a conflict of generations anymore. It's a conflict of the very ideologies that defined those generations, and which one is going to win out. What do you think about that, Alyx?
Perfectly said, John. Let's be honest, guys. The Rock, like I said, he is drawing the eyes. Whether we like it or not, whether you people love The Rock, whether you hate him for leaving you for 7 years and all that kind of jazz, he is one of the most, if not the biggest, baby faces to ever enter the business. This is the man that was drawing major ratings for the WWE back in the Attitude Era. He drew an 8.4 alongside Mick Foley. This guy has a major fan base. He's gotten so big, he's gotten so popular that I can honestly say he's bigger than the WWE. That's how big The Rock has gotten. And to have this man come into this match, hating on John Cena, trying to take down John Cena, and what he's been doing, I think The Rock has done a great job at trying to put over John Cena. Some of y'all might say, well, he's burying John Cena. He's too late about burying him. The Rock has always verbally buried people. How he puts them over happens in the match itself. Because when you go months of verbally burying somebody and then you lose to them when it matters, holy shit, that puts them over. Happened with Brock Lesnar, happened with Kurt Angle, and these are top wrestlers I'm talking about. You know, happened with Goldberg. Guys, what The Rock has been doing for John Cena has been awesome. I think it's made John Cena himself step his game up, and it's made this feud something that gonna be remembered. It's gonna be memorable.
When you really look at this card, I think that's really something that needs to be said about this WrestleMania. Let's not scoff at the IC title match, Team Long versus Team Laurinaitis. Let's not put our nose. Well, the only match I guess we could put our noses down at are the Divas match, because I mean, you know, come on. But every other match, you know, just keep that eye out, because you don't know who's going to walk away with a WrestleMania moment when the night is through. This match has a lot of pressure simply on the fact that it must deliver. And when it's gotten more build than all of the preceding matches on the card, you damn well better deliver. I'm just looking for a great match, and I know we're going to get one. But at the end of the night, what kind of outcome are we going to get? What's going to be said in the aftermath? And with some of the things I've been hearing about this match, Alyx, and I think you know what I'm talking about, some of the things that I've heard about what they're going to do with this main event match, I kind of have my doubts. Potentially, i.e., Miz getting involved. No.
And then I also hear they're going to make, a 3-out-of-3 series. Me, personally, it's...
See, now let me ask you something, Alex. Stop right there, because there is something I want to ask you. I read those same rumors. Does the idea that it could be a 3-match series diminish the significance of this match?
You goddamn right it does. This is a once-in-a-lifetime match. To me, having it happen more than once is going to diminish its significance. I don't know. I mean, you can relate this to Muhammad Ali versus Joe Frazier. They had their 3-match series, and, people remember that. But to me, this match just needs to happen once. That's how I feel about it. It can happen twice off of the right premise, but for it to happen 3 times is too much. It's a diamond. You know what I'm saying, John? It's one of those things that can only happen once for it to be significant. To me. I'm not really feeling that 3-match series, but I don't know how you feel about it, though.
To me, Alex, it's Rock and Hogan having a rematch at No Way Out the following year when they had their little rivalry. That was fine, because I felt like, enough time had elapsed between their WrestleMania bout. The roles had clearly been redefined with Rock as a heel and Hogan still was the massive babyface. So I was okay with it. Plus, not to mention, Rock beat Hogan again, so he beat Hogan twice, which is huge. With this, Cena is such a polarizing character that I feel like they'd only want to do a trilogy to see, okay, well, we couldn't really get him over once. Maybe we can do it this time. And then, well, clearly the adage is, 3rd time's a charm. We get him over there. I feel like when you have such a polarizing figure such as Cena, you're starting to play with dangerous waters. Don't do that.
Yeah.
This is a once-in-a-lifetime affair. The stage is set. The build has been set. The build! It's all there.
Bill! I had to do it.
Greatest video ever. And if anybody's just like, why does he keep referencing it? It's that good. That video is God in video form. Just
God.
Amazing. But Alex, just to be completely serious with you, I think you can agree with me that when you have the stage, you have the build, suppressing the troll, and you just have the 2 figures that are playing the roles that they are, this isn't a formula that can be so easily replicated.
No.
You've got your footing for this one match. Make it count. Because to me, if you're thinking about doing a trilogy, that's saying, okay, well, they're not going to give their best in their WrestleMania match, so we'll just save the best for 29. No, you have given this a year of build. You go all out. All out. Especially with how itchy people are getting for physical contact between these two. I know you and Preston are like, come on, just get physical now. You're just saying the same things to each other. Which I have heard rumors that this Monday they may finally start getting physical. I personally hope not, because I think the suffering is a very good sign of interest and investment, but that's just me. But the idea is you've got this itch. It should be scratched at WrestleMania. You should not be left, when that bell rings, you should not be left wanting anymore. You should say, that was amazing, that was a clinic, we can put it behind us. And when I say wanting anymore, it's not like being like, oh my god, that was so awesome. What I'm saying wanting anymore, saying like, that's it. Feeling cheated. So, this match, they should just go out and do their business.
Again, this is The Rock and John Cena. When the cards are on the table, they deliver. I honestly think this match is going to deliver because of who is in it.
And let me just say this. I'm glad you said that, and this is where I guess we get all the thumbs down, Alex, so I apologize. But to anybody who thinks that Rock is going to carry this match on his back, please don't delude yourself.
Oh, why you gotta say that, John? Now everybody hates this video. Thank you. I can hear the internet marks now. How dare you say that? Cena can't lose to The Rock. He can't do it. He has to turn heel. No joking.
He must turn heel for this company to prosper and for ROH to get another TV deal. He must turn heel.
What were you going to say, John, before I interrupted you?
We could do that all day. I don't care if we get interrupted every 5 minutes for that. But John Cena shows up on the big stage. Everybody says, oh, he phones it in. Oh, he's such a shitty performer. He wouldn't be main eventing in as many WrestleManias as he has if he was shit. The guy shows up. He busts his ass. He's the guy for a reason. You think WWE operates on that first come, first served basis? Oh, John was the first guy to walk in the door, so our entire company is going to revolve around him. No. You earn it. You earn it, and Cena, through everything he has done, has earned it. So to come in and say, oh, Rock is totally making WrestleMania, it's all about Rock. It's all about right. No. Takes two to tango. We know we say that Shawn Michaels is so good he could have a 5-star classic with a paper bag, but we wouldn't want to see it.
Exactly.
The idea is 2 men are showing up at WrestleMania, and it's not The Rock and Dwayne Johnson. No, the 2 people I'm referring to are The Rock and John Cena. John Cena will show up. I am picking him to win this match. I want him to win this match. Now I just nuked this video, Alex. Now I did it.
Yeah.
He's going to show up, and he's going to prove why 365 days of the year, he is the man.
What a launching pad it would be if he beat The Rock at WrestleMania.
It solidifies his status, which should happen. You know, all the guys are saying, Cena should get the win here, Rock should do the job. And I get that Cena frustrates people. He's even frustrated me and my fellow horsemen being, Alex and Press over here. I don't know if he's ever gotten act.
Yeah, definitely.
But the idea is that Cena is the man for a reason. This is a business. A business makes money. A business has growth. Cena is a primary source of that growth. And WrestleMania is just a prime reason why. I just wish he would get the respect that he deserves for being in this main event, rather than just shit on all the time, because either A, you can't let the Attitude Era go, B, you can't put The Rock to rest, which I'm glad to see him come back for this match, or C, oh, John Cena, he's just the cancer on my television screen. Please. I had to deal with a Santino Marella U.S. title win. Bitch, you do not have any problems.
Definitely. Oh, trust me, John. If you think they're saying he's a cancer now, wait till he beats The Rock.
Oh, I know. It's going to be like, how could this happen? I didn't tell them to make this happen. Fix it. Make a time machine and fix it.
Because The Rock is their hero. This is the guy that was supposed to come in and kick the sheriff out of town. Watch the sheriff kick his ass out of town. Then who you got now to beat John Cena? Nobody.
We should totally do that. We should be like, who you got now, bitch?
David Richards is going to save us. David Richards can save us. Yeah, right.
Feed a Stone Cold Steve Austin next.
Everybody is dumbing this video down. I can just drink it.
Oh my god. Well, at least you can finally say that you own a lightsaber with all the likes and dislikes you'll get on the video.
John, let's go ahead and bring this video to a close. When it comes to The Rock and John Cena, man, this is a once-in-a-lifetime match. I've said it many times before. It's going to deliver. And to all the people saying this match is not going to deliver, that you don't care about this match, that this match is not going to be as good as everybody else is saying, guarantee you, when the last 3 count is made and the ref hits the mat 3 times, everybody will be saying, I just witnessed a classic. Because again, John, this is one of those matches that can't just be a good match. No, it can't just be, it was decent, it was good. If it's decent and good, it will suck. It has to be either great or amazing. It's a lot of pressure. It's like you said. However, I think because it's The Rock and John Cena, it will deliver. Honestly, if I had to pick somebody, I think the best person to win is John Cena. The fan side of me says The Rock should win, but the business side of me says John Cena should walk out. That alone is why I look forward to this match, because it's competitive. That alone is why I feel this match is going to deliver. You know what I'm saying, John?
Absolutely. Hey, Alex, this has the potential to be one of the greatest WrestleManias of all time. To think that the very first WrestleMania saw Hulk Hogan and Mr. T tagging up against Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff and Roddy Piper, and then now 27 years later, we're looking at The Rock versus John Cena. My God. Intense. I mean, seriously intense. I cannot wait for this WrestleMania.
You telling me? I am thrilled. I am stoked for this fucking WrestleMania. Guys, leave us your thoughts down below. Share your thoughts, make a video response, do what you do. Let us know how you feel about WrestleMania, your predictions, your previews. Hey, let's get the chatting down below, people. But with that said, thank you, John, for joining me. Thank you for watching. If you have not subscribed to me, click that subscribe button up there. Like me on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter. John, who is 3money2K. Ashton, Preston, down below in the description box. Check out.
Yes, we have a new channel coming. It is going to be insane. All the Horseman goodness that you've come to love now packaged in an amazing channel. Guys, we cannot wait to do this. This is going to be an amazing prospect. We have used Alex's channel as kind of like our foundation, our launching pad. We feel like we finally gained enough notoriety as a group to take the next big step. We now have our own channel. It is going to be beast.
Yes, guys, the Horsemen are getting their own channel now. You will not be seeing them on this channel. Aww. But don't worry. You get to see them all you want on their own channel. The first video that will be up on that channel is our WrestleMania post-WrestleMania 28 review. That is going to include all of us giving our thoughts. Preston, Ashton, John, and me. It's going to be something amazing, guys. Look forward to that. Other than that, check out the Horsemen. Check out Eon Izzo. Check out BigMind2K. Check out the 619 Mercenary.
Definitely. Channel's going to be amazing. This WrestleMania card's going to be amazing. We are amazing. Come on, baby, WrestleMania!
Oh, yeah!
Oh, yeah.
Come on! Over there! Over there! Come on, baby! I had to... Guys... Okay, guys. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you guys in my next video. Your boy, Dalyxman. Signing off. Yeah!
Come on, baby, come
yeah!
on!
Yeah!
New
yeah!
day, baby! New day!
Peace out, guys.